Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Psych. Just kidding, guys. On to the video. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. It's time for Q&A.
Hey everybody, I'm Todd.
Hi, I'm Jason.
This is our little badass Pomeranian Ziggy, and we're
the Glamping Guys.
And this is our very first ever Q&A.
Q&A. Woohoo! We're really excited.
We really are, and we're happily overwhelmed by all these questions that you guys sent us. I mean, just tons of them, scads of them, so many of them, in fact, that we're going to have to stretch this out over probably 2 or 3 more sessions, and we love it, so keep those questions coming. So with all that in mind, here are basically our house rules. Number 1, we're going to answer those questions in the order in which they were received. Number 2, we're going to limit it to probably 20 to 25 questions per session. And number 3, we're going to try to keep our responses to a minute or under so these videos don't end up being super long. So with all that in mind, and with brevity in mind, I guess you'd say, let's jump in and start answering those questions.
And I also just wanted to let you guys know that if we don't get to your question today, that I am doing the questions in order of how they were received. So if we don't get to your question today, it will definitely be in one of the upcoming Q&A videos. And just remember right now, depending on the response and on the questions, we are now planning on doing this on a bi-monthly basis. And if we get even more questions and comments, we might even move it to a once per week basis. So please put in those comments below more questions for us. Give us some feedback. Let us know what you thought of our first Q&A, because we do appreciate the feedback. Just be nice about it. Okay, so first question is from Michelle Linden. Love all your stuff. Need help naming my camper. Any tips on that?
Ooh, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
Well, whenever we name one of our RVs, we usually go with alliteration, Wally the Winnebago, or Severus the Solitude. And in the case with our current one, Severus, Jason was like, hey, you know, what if we not only make it an S name, but something that's kind of meaningful? Like, what's a great character in literature that is both badass and also very loyal? And I immediately thought of Severus Snape. So just think of something that's fun and that's emotionally resonant for you, and I'm sure you'll find the perfect name.
Where, you know, it's more common to name them with a female name, but I'm sure you can understand, wink wink, why we prefer guy names.
Exactly. Also, I think it's bad juju to name any vehicle Christine, so, you know.
Oh, I know. That's for all you Stephen King fans out there. Okay, so next question. This is from the Decampers. Just wanted to give the Decampers a really quick shout out. They have started a YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button and give them some sub love and give their videos some comments. We would be very, very thankful if you guys would kind of spread the love, because there is enough room out there in the YouTube world for all of us. And as I like to say, you know, just give a little bit of kindness and that will give everybody out there a lift up. Oh, and I'm sitting here ranting, so of course I haven't even read the question yet. Hello, duh. So their question. Speaking of G rating, which one of you is the least G rated?
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah, that's a really good question, because I can easily say that we are both off camera, not G rated at all. I'm non-G rated. I guess my mind's a little bit more in the gutter, whereas
I have the sailor's mouth, I think.
Yeah.
I win in that department as far as, like, overall obscenity spewing from me. Anyway, yeah, so we'll share that title.
Yeah, definitely. We'll both share that. Will you look at that? Another question from the Decampers. So if you could make a cocktail video in your RV with any one celebrity, what would be the cocktail and who would be the celebrity? That would be the 3 M's. That would be either margaritas, mojitos, and the celebrity Madonna. I think should be like really fun to party with. So Madonna, if you're out there and you're watching, you can come over anytime you want for a cocktail, okay?
Yes, we love you.
We love you, Madonna. We're waiting for your next album, by the way, Madonna.
We are.
All right, the next question is from Grace Bulow. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, so I apologize, Grace. Love your YouTube videos and have just one question. Are you ever going to offer CDs of the music that you make for your videos for purchase?
I will take that. We've actually received a lot of feedback and a lot of people asking if they could purchase the music. So what I'm going to be doing relatively soon is I'm going to be looking into options like Dropbox, SoundCloud, stuff like that. Because basically what I'd like to do is just offer access to the music so that it's free.
Free, guys. Free.
However, if you do want to pay for the music, we will not turn you down if you go onto Ko-Fi and buy us a cup of coffee or two. Just for those of you who are wondering what that is, you can always find it in our description. That's basically the way that you can contribute to us in a small way.
Yep, we have a couple of links that I pin into the comments section and also into the video description. We're not looking for, the money. We don't need it. We're doing this channel because we love doing it, but a lot of you have asked how you can help us. So we are not really Patreon kind of people. So we thought that would be a nice way for any of you who wanted to treat us to a cup of coffee. We will definitely take that coffee money and put it right back into the channel to share with you guys. So anyway, thank you, by the way, and we've already had some contributors and just wanted to give you guys a shout out. You know who you are. Thank you very, very much. So the next question, Jill Rudolph. Love you guys. Congrats on 3,000 subscribers. Where are you guys from? And since you started your travels, where has your favorite day drinking destination been?
I'm from Miami originally, and I've lived in Florida my entire life. I am a cracker.
And I was born in Jacksonville, Florida.
As for the second part of the question, day drinking location, best day drinking location ever. Oh, easy, Barcelona, Spain.
Yeah, Spain.
We rolled out of the bed, went to Las Ramblas. Before we knew it, we were drinking this delicious sangria, walked into this other crazy awesome bar, had these amazing mojitos. I mean, everywhere we went was just like more wonderful cocktails. And of course it helps that you're in this incredibly beautiful historical environment too. Definitely adds to the day buzz. So yeah, Barcelona, you win.
Okay, good question.
Yeah.
So this question is from James Johnson. The RV channel that I've been looking for. There's so many straight couples, I'm assuming YouTube channels. You guys are the first RV gay couple I have seen. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate that. How do you guys do laundry since you have decided not to have a washer and dryer?
Well, I'm the clothes horse in the family, so I will take this one. Well, basically, we got this RV with 2 closets, one of which is a washer-dryer prep. But we decided to not put in the washer and dryer and to basically create a his and his closets. Jason's closet and then, well, my closet right next to it. I have a lot more clothes.
He's got the big one.
I do. I'm a performer. I need lots of clothes.
Yes.
That's how I rationalize it. I downsized as much as I could, guys. Anyway, we have really good luck wherever we travel. We always find nice laundry facilities at all the resorts that we stay at or the state parks. And if for some reason, we can't find one, there's always a laundromat nearby. So anyway, as far as the whole glamorous idea of doing laundry, not so glamorous, but definitely having as many clothes as you possibly can in a small environment, very glamorous.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So we're basically using the washer and dryer space for more clothes. Good question.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so the next question is from Freedom Essentials. We travel full-time as well. Do you guys plan and make your reservations ahead of time, or do you just wing it and hope you'll get a spot?
I will take that, as I am the navigator and vacation planner in the family, and I love it. So I do tend to plan everything out. Maybe someday down the road we'll try winging it sometime, especially if we go on the road full time. But for now, when we plan, especially when we plan like big, like epic road trips, I love to have everything mapped out. I also like to make sure that we get features like pull-through spaces that make, things so much easier, especially with a bigger rig. I also look for things like how we get into the parks themselves. Like, for instance, for Jason, who's the driver, it's so much easier to make a left turn than it is to make a right. So I look for things like that. I get real geeky, guys. I even go into Google Earth and I get down on the road and I look for things like low-hanging branches. I mean, I get really intense when it comes to vacation planning. But it usually works out for the best. So as far as that question goes, plan all the way.
All right, good question. Thank you. So the next question is from Beverly Steer. Our whole family enjoys your videos. My daughter, a young adult, wants to know, when do we get another Ziggy Cam bike ride? Uh-oh, Ziggy, did you hear that? When are we going to get another Ziggy Cam? Do you know when we're getting another Ziggy Cam? Do you know? It's like, I'm trying to take a nap. I'm very comfortable hanging out with my dads. So to answer your question, I sincerely don't know. It is going to happen, I just don't know when. The reason why I haven't posted one in a while is last year, since you've been watching our channel for a while, last year was pretty much the whole downsizing, buying the fifth wheel, and just pretty much getting acclimated to our new house on wheels. We also did that really awesome fall road trip, and we're still, posting videos for that. And the reason why we're not posting them all at once, we just don't want to oversaturate you guys either. So, we are still posting videos from the Smoky Mountains trip and the fall trip in general. And then we're also sprinkling in like some newer videos. But on that trip, we did not bring our bikes because we knew that we were going to be walking around and pretty much Ubering into cities most of the time and walking most of the time. This year, we're going to be going to some more rural places where we're going to bring the bikes. So then I'm going to do some more Ziggy Cams. So just please be patient. I promise you they are going to be coming, probably not at least until the fall of this year. So I'm sorry, but I'm so glad you like Ziggy Cam too, because we don't really get a lot of feedback on our Ziggy Cam videos. And Ziggy Cam is one of my favorite series, and Ziggy loves riding around in his bike. And I'm sure you recognize the dog bed. This is the dog bed that I actually put in the bike basket for him to ride around in. So I know I'm going way over my 1 minute for this question, so I am sorry. Great question. Ready for the next one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. So this question is from Aaron Burrroyboy. Sorry, Aaron. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I already kind of read through this question, so I'm just going to kind of pick out pretty much what he was wanting to know, which is basically, have we experienced in our RV travels any LGBT negativity?
Okay, well, I'll take that one. As far as in real life, whenever we do our travels, we just run into a lot of positivity. People are really welcoming and kind. And bear in mind, guys, that, we travel pretty much exclusively in the Deep South. Everyone there seems very open-minded, very cool. If anything, I think they're kind of curious about us. They're like, hey, look, 2 guys and a fluffy dog and rainbow paraphernalia everywhere. They've got to be gay. Let's go find out what makes the gay people tick. So as far as real life goes in travels, we've experienced absolutely zero attitude. We have experienced, however, attitude online, because when you're online, it gives you this wonderful anonymity and sometimes brings out the high school in people. We want to give a big shout out to Carolyn from Carolyn's RV Life, who we love. And she challenged us to basically talk about the haters. We do get some negative comments, we get some hateful comments. So Jason monitors those comments very closely, and we just don't post them.
Right, so for any of you haters right now who are watching, you can comment all you want and write the hateful comments. So my skin is Teflon. You can say anything you want and I could care less. You need to realize too that I monitor the comments, so you're just wasting your time. No one's ever gonna see the comments that the haters and the trolls write on our channel, because as soon as I see it, I'll read them to Todd. We'll laugh at you and talk about how you are just childish and petty. It's just ridiculous. I will hit the delete button and not give your comment another thought. And this is the only time we're going to actually talk about the haters and the trolls, because you are not worth our time and you are not worthy of our channel. So type away, comment away. You're wasting your time on our channel. Take your hate somewhere else.
And speaking of somewhere else, we would like to carry on the challenge that Carolyn started and put it out to any of you out there. If you want to talk about, you know, some cyberbullying that you've encountered, some negative comments, some just any sort of negativity that you've incurred, you know, through doing YouTube, you know, talk about it. Let people know.
Right, and just to say one more thing and then we'll move on. Carolyn's RV Life, I'm sure most of you know who she is. She's like 100,000 subscribers. Her channel is huge. We came across her when we were first starting our research about the RV lifestyle, but she just recently posted, I believe just this past week, a video about the arrest of someone that was sending her death threats. So that's how she got into bringing this to more people's attention and starting this YouTube challenge. You can actually, she put information to the cybercrime website and phone number on that video. So you guys can also reach out to them if you feel that it's at that point where you feel your life is being threatened. For us personally, it's like, grow up, people, move on, get a life. We are not going away. So just, we ignore it.
Yeah. Carolyn, we admire your bravery.
Yeah.
For calling
You
out
go,
this
Carolyn. So this question is from Pam and Ray Lawson. I just love the colors in your RV. We just ordered the Grand Design 375 RES, our dream rig, by the way. We love that layout. We would like to know where you would go to find the perfect rugs and accessories for the inside.
I'll take that. I love to do decorating. I do a lot of looking at stuff online. Side note, if you want to look for stuff online on Amazon, you can always visit our personal store. Just a little plug anyway. So I found a lot of stuff on Amazon, and I would wait often for it to get delivered just to make sure that something didn't look a little bit off, because sometimes what's on the screen can be different from what's in person. After I got those basic items from Amazon, that's when I would sort of go out in person, and I just sort of do a deep dig kind of everywhere. I go to, you know, Ross, TJ Maxx, Target, Walmart, you know, a lot of places trying to find a good discount, and if I can't find something there, that's when I will eventually perhaps go to retail. Like, I mean, I found a really cool, our little owl throw pillow, I believe I found that at Kohl's. Our rug, I found it online at either Rugs USA or Overstock, one of those cool sites. So it takes a lot of digging and a lot of hard work, but, you know, eventually it all comes together. So best of luck with your decorating adventures in our dream rig.
Yeah, best of luck. All right, so the next question is from Whoa Nelly RV Adventures. They also have a YouTube channel, so when you have some time, go check them out also. If you had an opportunity to purchase another rig, what kind of rig would you get and why? We definitely want to get the Grand Design 375 RES. We like the layout. It's a little bit bigger. It's about 42 feet. Our rig is 37 feet. The great thing we like it's the rear den series. So instead of the living room going up into the front end cap of the fifth wheel, they raise the den and turn that into the living room. The kitchen's in the middle. The bedroom is still up in the front end cap. So basically, by lifting up both sides of the fifth wheel, you have storage under both ends. This thing is pimped out with storage. The other great thing is that we hope to one day start trying some boondocking. We want to pimp out our rig with solar, but we don't want to invest solar into this one because this is our apartment. We have not bought our house yet, but we'll talk about that in another video. Good question. Okay, the next question is from Brandon S. What are your top 3 favorite adult drinks? I say top 3 because I personally couldn't pick just one.
Well, I think we covered 2 of them already. Margaritas, mojitos.
Yummy.
Personally, I'm going to throw in mules just to keep it 3 M's, and because I love Moscow mules. And well, I'm obsessed with beer, craft beer, any kind of beer. I love it.
I pretty much keep it simple. I prefer vodka, rum, and tequila.
Yeah, and sangria.
Oh yes, and of course sangria. Anything sweet. I love sweet drinks. All right, next question. This is a lot of fun. Are you having fun?
I'm having so
I know,
much
this is really fun. Thank you guys. You guys are just, like we said, we have the best subscribers out there in the YouTube world. You guys are just friggin' awesome.
Yeah, y'all are rock stars. Thank you.
Alrighty, so this question is from Johnny's Tiny Creekside Cottage. That's a cute name. I like that name.
Yep.
Do you find a large LGBTQ community out there? Because we pretty much just go to your typical campgrounds and resorts. We don't come across a lot of LGBT people while we're out traveling on the road. We have not been to LGBT campgrounds specifically, not because we don't want to. The main reason is because they're all kind of like tucked a little farther away. We like to get up a little bit closer near the cities because we like to day drink and go out and walk and explore and not have to worry about driving. So we like to be very close to cities because we will usually either Uber or Lyft. We prefer Lyft, actually. And we will just take a Lyft into the city so we can just come and go when we want. We've been to a few campgrounds where we have bumped into family, and it's been great, but for the most part, if you want to be around all LGBT people, then you'd need to go to a specific campground for that, which we have not personally done. All right, on to the next question. This is from Suzanne Pike. Oh, this is a fun question. How long have you been together and how long have you been married?
We met on May 8th, 2001. And we've been together for going on 18 years now.
I know it. Can you believe it, guys? 18 years.
That's why we can talk in
yeah.
Anyway, we've been together for 18. We've been officially married for going on 6. We were married in September 10th of 2013 in Seattle, Washington.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Very good question. Thank you. Okay, this is from Gladys. What are your vacation destinations for this year? Ooh, this is a fun one. I'd like to take this one.
Do it.
So we usually in January, we will book our vacations for that entire year because you don't want to wait last minute because it can be hard to get into the places you want to get into. This year, we have already booked all of our vacations. We're really excited to share with you guys. In April, we're going to go on a cruise. We like to every year go on a cruise, sometimes every other year, but we're going to go on a cruise and we're going to record that for you and share that with you guys. And then in the summer, we are going to go to Cedar Key. And then on our way back home, we're also going to stop by Rainbow Springs and stay there for a little while. And then this fall, we have booked, I think 5 or 6 days at Jekyll Island. And that's pretty much what we have planned for this year. And we're already talking about our plans for 2020. And also for 2021. Okay, so the next question is from Catherine Overmeyer, and she wants to know who does most of the driving. That would be me. Todd is terrified of towing the fifth wheel, and I am equally terrified of letting him tow it.
It's true. I just, oh God.
Yeah, He freaks out even if I mention to him, oh hey, I think we need to practice you learning how to drive the truck so you can tow the fifth wheel one of these days. His eyes will just get really, really big, and you see the terror come over his face. So I don't think anytime soon Todd is going to be towing or driving the truck. If there's ever a roadside emergency, that's when we would call roadside assistance. And if we ever had some sort of an emergency at the place we were staying, that's what Lyft and Uber's for.
Exactly. Whereas me actually driving the thing would be an emergency.
Yeah, exactly. It would definitely be an emergency.
I have terrible peripheral vision, and those things are wide. Anyway.
So this is from Beth Hodges, and she writes, keep up the great videos. How is it going with the drone? Ooh, that's a really good question. Well, as I'd mentioned a little bit earlier, we're still posting videos from our last road trip. So the content that we're going to be recording for you this upcoming year is going to also have drone footage. I have been going out at least once a week to practice flying the drone. I've gotten a lot better at it. I actually got very brave and flew it near the water. Not over the water yet, but near it. So every time I get out there and practice, I'm getting much more confident, and I can't wait to start recording footage with it to show you guys later this upcoming year. Okay, this is from Cats29. I've been subbed to you since around the 300 mark. Oh my god, that's awesome. You've been following us for a while. Yay! Looking forward to many more awesome videos. Question is, do you ever plan to RV travel up to Canada or down to Mexico? I would like to take this one.
Take it.
We have actually discussed this quite a bit already, and we want to do it right. We want to be able to have time to record, have time to enjoy ourselves, and not have to record sometimes as well. But we hope to, probably not for about 5 years, but we hope to take off at least a minimum of 30, for me preferably 60 days, and do a summer road trip through Canada to Alaska, and then of course coming back down, maybe through another part of the United States back to Florida. And then regarding Mexico, we've actually talked about that as well, and we want to do that upright as well, because we don't get to do the full-time on the road kind of stuff yet, and we're kind of envious of everybody that does. So even going out west for us, we could do it in 2 weeks, but we just wouldn't have time to do anything. So we also want to do a trip where we take at least 30 days off, we slowly drive out west, maybe try a little bit of boondocking, and we definitely want to go down to the Baja Peninsula in Mexico. We hear it's extremely RV friendly. Good question. All right, this is from Telly Hack. Congrats, well deserved, thank you. I'm curious what your biggest challenge was when downsizing to go full time.
Well, clearly my clothes. No, I mean, what's funny about downsizing for me was that I thought it was going to be hard, but it ended up being just so liberating. Just throwing stuff away, giving it to Goodwill. I mean, it was actually a very just freeing and wonderful experience. As far as challenging goes, I mean, we he's a wonderful planner. As I plan vacations, he plans life. And he just came up with a great roadmap for us to just keep incrementally getting rid of stuff so that we never felt rushed, we never felt like too much was going on, or that we were overwhelmed, because it's overwhelming enough in a wonderful way to have such a wonderful life transition from living in a house to living in a smaller space. So thankfully our transition was beautifully planned out and very well done.
Yeah, so I want to answer that as well, because that is a really, really good question. And, from watching other YouTube videos and also just kind of, reading articles and stuff like that, a lot of people seem to get very overwhelmed with the whole downsizing. For us, it was not overwhelming at all. And we gave ourselves a 3-year goal. We actually did it in 2, because we did the math and we just pretty much stayed in, We didn't spend money. We paid off as much of our debt that we could. We went down to just using one car. But about a year into all of this transitioning, after we got rid of Wally and we were getting down to the wire, I would say about a year before we bought the RV, the very first thing I did was I got all of the stuff that we didn't want and I sold it all on Craigslist. Boom. Got all that done a year in advance. We also had a guest bedroom. I got that completely cleaned out probably about 8 months before we sold the house. So basically every month I gave myself one big challenging downsizing goal. And by the time we got to selling, the house, that last month was kind of crazy because we had to coordinate everything kind of together. Fortunately, we have family that lives here, and so we were actually able to stay with them for a couple of weeks in between selling the house and moving into this house. If you do it in baby steps and you pre-plan it as far in advance as you can, it's easy. It's really easy. Okay, this question is from Waywed. What regular maintenance, safety, function checks, say weekly and monthly, do you make on your fifth wheel? That's a really good question. Read your manual, read your manual, read your manual, which I have done several times. When we are not traveling and we're, like we are right now, at home base, you still have to do certain monthly maintenance checks. One of them is you have to actuate your slide outs. When you're out traveling constantly, you're always retracting them and extending them, quite often. It's kind of that old saying, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So once a month, I do slide out maintenance. Then there's, of course, your weekly maintenance, which is your tank maintenance, black tanks, all that kind of stuff. The other thing I do is I will lubricate my awnings like every couple of months. The other big maintenance thing that you want to do, and the manual said to do it every 3 months, is you want to condition your slide out sills. That is what keeps the water out of your RV. So it's extremely important that you condition your slide out rubber sills, because if you don't, they will start to shrink, they will start to get brittle and frayed on the ends. You need to keep them conditioned. As far as other monthly, weekly maintenance, those are really the big maintenance key items that I take care of. And then there's also your yearly maintenance, which is, checking your tires, your axles, your U-bolts, making sure that your bearings are packed and greased correctly. But we haven't really gotten to that point yet of our maintenance because we've only maybe put about a little over 2,000 miles on our RV. So once we hit 12,000 miles, then we're going to do that first, tire rotation and have everything, underneath the RV relating to the tires and axles and all that stuff. We're going to have that checked out. And those kind of things are important to me regarding, safety. So I will be paying a professional to do that because I'm just not comfortable doing that myself. So the next question is from Brad Gustafson. And Brad, we're not laughing at your name.
No,
There's just certain words that just do not roll off my tongue, and this is a tongue twister for me for sure. All right, so Brad wrote, how happy are you with your decision of your purchase of a Grand Design RV? How satisfied are you? We are 150% satisfied. Our warranty is up in April. We have had some minor issues. Grand Design has stepped up every single time. The few issues I've had a mobile RV repair tech come out to fix the issues. I would go ahead and pay for it. I would email Grand Design a copy of the bill. and within a week I had a check in the mail. We have that peace of mind and confidence knowing if anything did go wrong, Grand Design is going to stand behind their product and they are going to take care of us and not give us the finger pointing runaround. Good question. Okay, next question is from David Franks. Just curious, what type of software and editing program do you use to create your videos? I started out using iMovie and I have upgraded to using Final Cut Pro. And we do our editing on a Mac. Good question. This is from Cynthia Caton. What is your favorite vacation place to travel?
Favorite? Oh my gosh. We keep saying every new place is our favorite because we do have the luck of finding more and more wonderful places in the country to visit. But as far as overall favorite, I'd have to say Spain.
Any place we go, we have fun.
We do. We find fun. Fun finds us. And
yeah.
I have a feeling our future destination, when we do go on our cruise, which is going to be Cuba, we're only going to be there for probably 6 or 7 hours, but we're going to make the most of it. I have a feeling that's going to be one of our favorite places ever. So
this is from RV Hobo. That's a cute name. I like that name. Congrats on 3,000. I think I'm up to 10. So everybody go check out the RV Hobo as well. Let's see, your question. How long does it take Todd to puff up his hair? That's awesome.
Usually 5 minutes or less. I'm a pro at this, and I have very, very strong hairspray, and there's probably a hole in the ozone layer named after me. There's a little plaque. No, I mean, every now and then I will have a difficult hair day where it might take me up to 20 or sometimes 30 minutes, but usually I can get this knocked out in 3. I'm a pro.
That was a fun question. That was fun, and that was a great question to finish off our very first Q&A. We're done with the questions.
Yay, Q&A. Thanks
Yes.
for the hair comment.
I know, and we have totally already broken our rules.
I know. Well, we limited the questions. We
did.
answered them in order.
We did.
And then we talked for 5 hours.
Yeah, and then we talked for 5 hours. I know. One thing before we do go, though, we have one more really fun announcement. I'm sure you guys have noticed. Look what we're wearing.
You want some merch? We got merch.
I kind of researched and looked into how we could start up a swag store. So drum roll, we now have a Glamping Guy swag store. So the link is also in the comments and in the video description, along with the other links on how you can help us out if you choose to want to do that. We just love that you guys are hitting that sub button and liking our videos and commenting. That is what makes us the most happy. But for any of you out there who want to rock a kick-ass shirt, or you want to get some really cool stickers,
Or I'm just casually sipping nothing out of my wonderful Glamping Guy's mug.
I know, we have swag. Swag, swag, swag,
We like the
swag. We love swag.
If you find swag that makes you glad, order our swag.
Yeah, there you go. Get some swag. Okay, I'm glad we haven't been drinking because we've said swag so many times that that's starting to be a little bit of a tongue twister.
Oh.
But anyway, guys, I think we're going to wrap up the Q&A. Make sure and start giving us a lot of questions because we want to continue this Q&A series for all of you. So the more questions we get, the more we can keep on making Q&A videos. So bring on the questions.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.
Say bye, Ziggy.
Say bye, Ziggy. Say bye. Good boy. Bye, guys. It's like, our channel is called Q&A, and this morning I said Q and gay.
And it inspired me. I'm like, well, now we need to retitle it.
I know. So
Rebranding.
I don't know. In the future, I might change the logo to Q and gay. We like to gay it up, and do, you know, the fun, colorful stuff. We love beautiful, bright, shiny things. You know, we're like moths to the flame. But at the same time, you know, that might even be a little too gay for us. And that just opened up, I'm sure, a good comment for all of you haters out there. So.
Oh yeah, yep.
So comment away, haters.
Have fun.
Leave a comment to say hi. If you like us, please subscribe. And if you don't, our little fluffy dog will attack you.